Hello and welcome back to another art video. I'm Anwa. I do art here on YouTube. Every day at 11 a.m. EST there's a new video uploaded to the channel. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to hit that like, follow, and subscribe button. Like, follow, and subscribe button. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm so sorry. This is a sketchbook that I've been working on, but none of this stuff is like really melted down on here. It's being held on with masking tape, and we need to just use it because it's never gonna be finished. I made it out of printed paper, some ties for like bags or whatever, and a little bit of thread. Obviously more paper, and not masking tape, shipping tape, right? So you have all these different little things, and this is construction paper with more masking tape, cereal box, as you can see, with glue on it, and I drew the lines on the inside myself. So currently we will be trying to draw something in this particular book, and mostly something from outside. So maybe I'll use the pencil, and it's complex because you have to think. I was watching a video on how to see, and it's mostly just like witnessing something in a kind of like a curious kind of way, and I do lack that because I have not trained it very well. There are some times where my ability to see is a bit more trained, a bit more refined, a bit more unique, and more often now it is not very refined, it's not very diligent in its effects. It is rather dull, so to speak, because my hand constantly just wants to keep moving and not process information, and slowing down is not something that it is open to. That's why I was doing for a long time I was doing the blind contour drawing, and that is something that I desperately kind of need to get back to, because again, my hand does not like to slow down. It does not care to slow down. There is no slowing down for my hand. There's no slowing down for my eye. They're just constantly scanning and not really seeing anything. And training that is a bit more difficult than it seems, in my opinion, because it's something that is unique, something that is, bro, what's all these little black bugs now? These little black spotted bugs are just zipping around. I don't even know what they're called, but they're like shimmying about, and they are distracting, I'm gonna be honest. As soon as I put the camera on them, they stop moving. Okay, sorry, but yeah, as I said, my attention can be a bit disinterested and observing, and a little bit disinterested in observation in that way, and that is not the best thing for an artist. As an artist, I think is an unfortunate thing for me that I don't have that same level of attention, and it kind of sucks because you know, be a good artist, but you just gotta rein in your attention, rein in your awareness, so that you could do certain things when it comes to observing. And for me, it's a bit rough for to intentionally get to that point, because observation is my weakest point. I mean, unless it's like something I'm really, like, I guess, interested in. So maybe I have to figure out things that I'm really interested in to observe versus you know, things that I'm not interested in. But you know, you like want to draw, you know, trees and things of that nature. You don't want to be stuck drawing like people or whatever, you know. So it's a little bit funny in that regard, but we will see, I guess. So I'm gonna use green to color this in. I'm gonna try to do it very light, and then I'm gonna use another color to darken it, like orange. And I'm gonna try to like bring it around. So like I'm gonna try to get cross hatching. I think there's like a bug crawling on my collarbone, which is, you know, not ideal, but as long as it doesn't bite or sting or something, you know. Am I gonna get DMCA for this, bro? Am I gonna get DMCA? You know, we live in a world of constant punishment. You know what I mean? Like, what is happening? They're gonna DMCA me for being outside, bro. Come on. You can't do that. You can't say that I was listening to that, man. I'm outside in the great outdoors, and we got hit with the music array. You know, I can't control that. I can't control what people are gonna do. So I'm building up this brown over this green because, you know, are trees brown or are they green? They're green, buddy. Trees are not brown, they're green. I'm here to break the myth, the preconceived notion in your brain. They're brown, buddy. Trees are green. Trees are not brown, they're green. You just see them that way because you haven't seen the spoon bin yet, which is really funny concept to think about. Like, oh yeah, you haven't seen the spoon bin yet, so you don't know. But we're gonna do some mixing on the leaves to make them green, and then we're gonna layer a little bit of brown on top. To kind of fill them out. And I know like the background is like kind of blue, but we're gonna darken the background a bit. These are not gonna stay the same. We're gonna darken the background with a little bit of violet, a little bit of viola, but yeah, we just gotta like separate, just a little bit of separation. And yeah, what's really annoying about this though is, so we're using like the other cell phone camera, And what ends up happening is that these videos, like this video right here, is probably going to be like 3 gigs, which makes no sense because the quality is not that high and the video is not that long. Right now it is though. It's like 10-ish minutes. You know, I know you guys don't care about the logistics of any of that stuff, but it's just funny to observe, I think. You know, if you were an artist, you know, do you watch art videos because you do art, or do you watch art videos because it came up in an algorithm or whatever? I post a video every day at 11 a.m. EST, and if there's a piece of media you want me to watch and give you my thoughts on, I will. And or is it a book to read? Imagine reading a whole book for a YouTube video, and you have no credentials. You're like, oh my god, I read this book and I have no credentials. I am credentialless. So we're gonna, like, I'm not sure if we should add the green. I think we should do another coat of blue and then use orange for the other part. So I'm thinking I will just use like a little bit of orange. Can the orange go here too? Nah, that don't look right. It's not doing what I wanted it to do, but at least we tried it. So we just go over with a little bit of green, you know, orange and green, make a nice kind of weird brown, and go over it with another coat of blue. Hopefully it starts to look more green. If not, we'll just have to trying to get like a nice like green tone, and then I go back into it and start like picking it out, but it's not doing that. If anything, it's giving me like a little bit of like a rash kind of color, and I don't like that, you know. Like it's like a little bit like kind of like a rash, you know, like a itchy. All right, so let's do a bit, you know, get in there, and you want to get like kind of like trying to get the bottom parts, but also poke them, because this tree is kind of like prickly, and it kind of like irradiates out from like each little like branch, and I'm trying to like irradiate them, you know what I mean, like, or radiate them out. It's not doing the most. And then we have this. So like, yeah, so like now it's starting to like really come together, because like they're like, it's like the texture is starting to take over and make it look more like a tree kinda. And I think that that's part of drawing too, is like you can't draw every line because there are no lines, but you could get the texture to do some of the work, and the texture is doing a lot of heavy lifting right now, which is really cool, because I would have never expected that. And for the bottom part, we got like some stuff here, so let's just try to like get the texture to do some more work on the bottom. Sorry I'm so far away, I didn't realize, but that's why we got this wide lens, wide angle, and then a little bit of this green again, because it's still kind of like brown, it's not orange. And then a little bit of brown. A little bit of brown, like actual brown to like on the edges. Not too much in the center, but on the edges to like really bring it together. And then like get like some little bit of curvature. And I think we got one more pass to do with the light blue across to really cinch out this part. And this is the first page in this scrap sketchbook, and it's I think it turned out alright. I like the boxes on the paper. I really want that in all of my my books, but unfortunately you can't get that because you have to I don't know, I was looking for like a stencil that could just do it, but I don't think there are any. But for the sake of this one, you know, it's complete. And then we'll just sign the bottom. And what date is this? It's July 8th, 2026. So, you know, you're gonna see this in the future. Woo. And I definitely do need to sharpen these again. But let's just get a little bit more blue in here as well to like round out some of this. And I think we're good to go. I think we're ready to pop. And that is that. So if you enjoy the art, if you enjoy me rambling on, don't forget to hit that like, follow, and subscribe button. This is and I post a video every day at 11 a.m. EST, art videos, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye.